Samson, a story of strength, betrayal, and redemption. In a time when the Israelites were trapped under the cruel rule of the Philistines, God chose a man to bring freedom. His name was Samson, a man gifted with extraordinary strength. From birth, he was set apart by a sacred vow. He was a Nazirite, forbidden to drink wine, touch the dead, or cut his hair. As long as he kept these vows, no enemy could defeat him. God's power was with him. One day, while walking through a vineyard, a lion attacked him, roaring, fierce, deadly. But Samson didn't run. With his bare hands, he tore the beast apart, proof that his strength was not his own, but from God. No one could match his power, but his heart, that was where he was weak. Samson was drawn to Philistine women, the very people who hated and oppressed his people. Against all warnings, he followed his desires, and when the Philistines betrayed him by taking his wife, his anger became a weapon. In revenge, Samson captured 300 foxes, tied their tails to flaming torches, and set the Philistine fields on fire. But the Philistines struck back, killing his wife and her family. Driven by rage, Samson fought back. With the jawbone of a donkey, he struck down 1,000 men, a display of unstoppable strength. But behind that strength, pride was growing, and pride is a dangerous enemy. And then came Delilah. She was beautiful, deceptive, and she had a mission to find the source of Samson's power. Night after night, she pressed him for his secret. At first, Samson resisted, but temptation is persistent, and finally he broke. "If my hair is cut, I will lose my strength," he told her. That night, as he slept in her lap, the enemy came. They shaved his hair, his source of strength, and when he woke, his power was gone. Blinded, chained, humiliated, the mighty warrior became a prisoner, forced to grind grain like a slave. The Philistines laughed, believing they had broken him forever. But what? They didn't know his hair began to grow. And when God begins to restore you, no chain can hold you. One day, the Philistines gathered in their great temple to mock Samson and celebrate their victory. But in his weakness, he prayed, "Lord, remember me one last time." And God heard him. With renewed strength, Samson placed his hands on the temple pillars. With a mighty push, he brought the entire temple down, crushing his enemies and delivering the final blow against the Philistines. Samson's greatest victory came in his weakest moment, because God was not finished with him. Maybe you feel like you've fallen too far. Maybe your mistakes have left you feeling chained and broken. But hear this today. It is never too late for a comeback. If God could restore Samson, he can restore you. Your failure is not the end. Your story is still being written. And if this message has touched your heart, don't keep it to yourself.